Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Better Than Hills, my Let's Play of Minecraft with Better Than Wolves. Alright, in case you're wondering what this structure is, this is going to be my wolf farm. If I can ever get my frame rate to stabilize enough to be able to build this. Oh, you'ving me. Alright, well at any rate, let's go ahead and lay down this here. In case you're wondering, probably are at this point. Let's see, if I put that there, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that block. And I'll get rid of that for the moment. Yeah, and I'll put that there for the time being. The idea is that wolves will be here, 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 and here. Now you're probably asking, why would I box up wolves? What use would they possibly serve? Well, in Better Than Wolves, a wolf that is well fed will drop a product called dung, which is necessary for various things in Better Than Wolves, including the next step of the Better Than Wolves tech tree. Alright? So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to go ahead and... Alright? Yeah, just go ahead. I'm actually one short on that front. That's fine for the moment. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect that there, just so that I have a way to get the wolves across to both platforms, once I get the wolves, of course. Alright. And there we go. There's my wolf pads. Alright. So now what I'm going to do next is build this wall up one higher. Alright. Let's see, move the cobblestone back down here. And I've got this covered up with cobblestone and not smooth stone as it is down there, just to make future expansion a bit easier. Alright. And the same is true for this wall as well, because the next expansion that I do, if it turns out that 8 wolves won't produce enough dung to finish the job, I can always put more wolves over here. Alright? But at any rate, let's go ahead and finish up the wall here. Let's see, this is... Actually, I probably wanted to build it up 2 more, didn't I? Alright? At any rate, what I can do is go ahead and put this like so. Now you're probably wondering, am I going to keep that light there? No, that's temporary. That's just so that you, the viewer, can see what's going on here. The lights actually are not good for dung production. Oh god, I just realized I probably shouldn't have done that. All the way like that, yeah. So now I'm going to have to dig out some holes. Alright. Yeah, holes all the way down here. Alright. And yeah, I can move around in here to lead the wolves where they need to be. That's great. That's what I need, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and place the water. One there, and I can fill both buckets up there in the middle. Alright. Fill it up there. And the water, as I predicted, comes right down here. Now, if I put a bucket of water there, not what I wanted yet. Not what I wanted yet. So I need to do that, just to block the flow off for the moment. But it confirms that it will get here, the water, which is actually exactly what I want. Alright? Let me think. No, I wanted that to be like so. Right. No, I did want that cleared out. Yeah. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that like so. I do have a stewing pot in my inventory that I actually grabbed from that big windmill there. And you can actually see, even from here, and let me zoom in a bit on that, the windmills are turning quite a bit faster. And I should point out that that's because it is raining. It normally spins a bit slower, about half that speed when it's not raining. That's also why I had to have the crazy redstone to turn the windmills on and off. Alright? Now that said, let me think here. Alright? Let me see here. So I need to take care of these blocks here. I found some iron, which I'm going to go ahead and mine out. Alright? Let me think. Stewing pot goes there. So, yeah. And then the netherrack will go on top of it. And I'm going to clear this out the rest of the way. Alright. Now, here's the thing. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to do that like so. Do that like so. I don't have what I need for that, do I? Ah, well. What I can do at the moment is go ahead and use the flint and steel to set the netherrack on fire, because all of this is made of stone. There is nothing that will catch fire here. Alright? And then I put the stewing pot on top. This is the first time I've used a stewing pot simultaneously for storage and cooking in this series. And the reason I'm using it for both is because, realistically, it needs to do both. Actually, well, unfortunately, the glass panes are reserved for something else. And actually, let's go ahead and take care of that. Because I've got most of what I need to get done here in the, in the wool farm. I mean, obviously, I need to grab one more. I think a glass pane would be the way to go there. Actually, well, not yet. I should probably go ahead and take care of this cow farm. And actually, you recall when I built this cow farm that I set up this water and piston system to wash the cows this way? Well, there's a flaw in that design. And that is that with the cows as crowded as they are, the water does nothing. And I fear that this quantity of cows may, in fact, be lagging my system. In fact, I'd be surprised if it wasn't, actually. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place 3 glass panes there. That way I can get down here to get in to kill the cows, but the cows cannot get out. Now, if memory serves me right, I want to press that button. Alright, and I'll press it again to see if any more cows come down. There we go, 4 cows. So let's go ahead and kill them. And let's see what we get. 12 beef and 4 leather. Alright. Actually, I might consider going a few more rounds of that. Dropping cows to their doom. Alright. Yeah, as you can, in case you couldn't tell, I have no real shortage of cows. Alright. There we go. Alright. There we go, that's more like it. Now, let's see how I'm doing on the cow front. Have I... Wow. I haven't really thinned them out at all. So maybe a few more rounds of the cow dropper. Alright. Alright, yeah, that's probably enough cows for the moment. Yeah, suffice it to say, I'm getting plenty of beef, which is great, actually. Too bad I don't yet have any string to use for crafting bows so that I can make dispensers to use in the wolf farm. Alright, now I'm going to head back up to my base, which I have not actually named yet. I know I should maybe consider giving it a name, but I haven't really thought of any good name for it. That said, if you do have a good name for my base, do feel free to leave it in the comments. I reserve the right, of course, to use it if I think it's good, or possibly to adapt it if I feel it's good but not quite what I want for this series. Alright, as you can see, I just harvested the hemp farm there. I'm going to go ahead and put the leather in the millstone. I'm going to put it in the first slot to make sure it is the first thing milled, I guess. If that's, I'm not sure that's the exact word, but I'll go with it. And now I need to go to sleep. Partially to make it daytime again, and partially because if it's night and it's a storm and you sleep, it's not raining in the morning. And that's going to mean that the windmills are going to be back at normal speed. Yep, see, it's not raining anymore. And the windmills are back to their normal speed. I'm guessing that lag spike was due to Minecraft having to calculate the effects of it not raining. Now, let's see what happens when I use the lever, or not the lever, the leather in the millstone. Alright, as you can see, it dropped. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and grab this one directly, rather than let it fall into the stewing pot here. And as you can see, I get what's called scoured leather. Alright? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go off camera and grab some wolves for my wolf farm. I will return once I have some wolves. Well, the bad news is I was right. I only had enough materials to craft 4 dispensers. The good news is I only had enough bones to actually get 3 wolves. Alright? So now, after a first attempt at getting the wolves onto the platforms failed, and that first attempt, of course, had the wolves sitting up, what I'm going to do for this attempt is actually try to get the wolves, sit them down, and try to move them, just try to push them onto the pads. And this first one's going to be a bit harder, simply because I have to go the longest distance. Alright? See, I'm almost there. As soon as he makes that drop, I can go ahead and remove that block of cobblestone. And there we go. And now let's get wolf number 2, and I think I'll go ahead and put this one at the end on the right. That is to say, on the right as, you know, I look at it from my perspective here. Alright. There we go. Let's try to keep the wolf. No, he's way off to the left. I cannot tell, God, how close or far from center these wolves are. But that's number 2 in. There we go. Alright. And now for wolf number 3. Alright. Now if I could push this wolf on to the platform. Alright. Now thankfully this is going to be slightly easier. I don't have quite as far to go with this wolf. And he's in. Go ahead and move that cobblestone out of the way. And voila! I now have 3 wolves. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do... I didn't grab any redstone with me, did I? Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... let's see, I need to demolish that block. And put a dispenser there. Demolish that block. Deal with a lag monster. There we go. Put a dispenser there. And I'm going to go ahead and put a third dispenser there for the moment. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some cobblestone on top of these two holes here. The idea is that when this dispenses... Alright. And let's go ahead and... because I should only have 5 in each. Alright. And go ahead and load up this one as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Now let me think here. Redstone is going to go down that line, so... actually, it might be best if I were to run it like so, and unfortunately I didn't bring any redstone with me. And now, as soon as the initial lag gets sorted out, allow me to show you the reward of all this. Dung. That's right, but it's not just the dung itself. I'm going to go ahead and put one of the scoured leather in there with the dung. Give it a minute, and I get what's called tanned leather. Now, just to save myself a little bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the scoured leather in here. It's going to get stewed into tanned leather as the dung continues to fall in there. I also added this button here, which goes up here, and I'm going to go ahead and light up here, and actually... I don't think that'll work. 1, 2, 3... No, because that needs to be redstone. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there. And yes, I heard that. I don't know if you did or not, but that almost sounds like it might have been... well, I can check for sure. Yep, we have another tan leather. That means we had another piece of dung produced. It's not going to be uber quick. I only have 3 wolves. Alright, and let me check to see here. It looks like we have no spare food. Alright. So I think I'm going to go ahead and rectify that. This will drop 1 piece of raw beef per wolf. Yeah, it looks like it anyway. Now let me just check to make sure that none of it fell in here. No. I guess the wolves were just that hungry. Alright. And in case you're wondering how I get it to fall straight down, well, the dispensers are all pointed this way. So this dispenser will fire, and the item fired out will actually bump into this dispenser and drop straight down. And that's why that system works. Alright? And I'm starting to get an increasing amount of tanned leather. I think off camera, between episodes, I'm going to be producing more tanned leather, trying to get my cow situation sorted out. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too big a problem at this point. Alright. And with that said, this has been Better Than Hills. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and or subscribe.